So after I had the first vision, the older black man taking my baby in this room and trying to make the baby give him oral sex with people in the living room, trying to do something to the baby on the couch with a blanket cover, and then trying to hand him off to the child molester in the bedroom. Now I'm dealing with a whole damn coven where Cynthia O'Vera and all these people from Conroe, Texas, Hollywood think they gonna have a coven molesting people, children, and setting their mamas up to be killed, lying about people pregnancy, and then trying to set them up so they can molest their kids. And I was sitting in the bed, and after I had the vision and I listened to the video, I wanted to hear what I had to say too, because I just say it like it is, and then I gotta listen to it too. And so I was like, you know what? I was like, I know God told me I'm the queen. But I know he the king. And I was like, if I could get all them Satanists that's molesting these children and thinking they gonna keep helping each other all through the society, I would get their ass. And they got laws, and they got numbers, strength in numbers. And so they in all the high powerful position of where people of God should be. And so I was thinking in my heart, I ain't say it out loud, but I was thinking in my heart, I was like, Lord Jesus, anybody who still molesting a child is fully aware of what they doing. Anybody who molested another child, because most of the time these type of people, they molest several different children. It's not just one child. So I was like, any of these people that's too far gone and they still molesting children, and they calling themselves Satanists, they calling themselves going to satanic churches, they calling themselves going to shrines, but the bottom line is, I was in my heart, I was like, anybody that's still molesting children, and that's too far gone and think they Billy Badass gonna hurt somebody to molest their kid, I was like, the Lord should execute them. And that's what I said in my heart. I was like, the Lord should execute them. And I said there should be plenty of evidence against them. Either them being caught in the act of doing this to a child. God know their heart, because there's some people that God done seen. First of all, God showed me them doing threesomes with black women and their children in the spirit. And God was telling them black women, don't bring them black men in your house and put Pampers on your baby. But he didn't go to execute the mother. He told her, do not do that and keep Pampers on your child, and don't have the men up in that house with them children. But he didn't go to execute her. But the people that I'm dealing with think they can murder you for your child, lie about your pregnancy, steal your living child, and then go and all 30,000 of them think they gonna help each other cover up that they are pedophiles, and you think you gonna murder the woman and molest her kid. And I was like, and that's when I said, Lord, you know who are too far gone, and I believe they should be executed. And what I said in my heart, and I pictured how I felt they should be executed. And the way that I felt that they should be executed is having their head chopped off. And so I went to sleep. I fell asleep, and I had that in my heart. I was like, if God could do this, these people are so evil, helping each other to murder their parents, to murder the parents of children, and molest people's children, and then think you gonna call the mama crazy for telling on y'all. It's like those kind of people the Lord needs to execute. He needs to kill them. It's not about justice at that point. Those kind of people, they don't deserve to live. You trying to kill somebody so you can rape their child, you need the death sentence. and willing to kill the children to cover it up. They need the death sentence. They need the death sentence. You pretending like you somebody, girlfriend, husband, grandmother, grandpa, and your child molesters, and they working together. So anyway, I went to sleep. And when I was in the jail, I was having a lot of visions at night, but then I had got my Bible and went to Genesis, and I said, let there be light. And I started having a lot of visions during the daytime, so I can go to sleep during the daytime and have probably stronger visions than I do at night most of the time after I said, let there be light. And so it changed my spiritual life extensively. So while I was asleep, I had visions, and there was something about properties. Like when somebody leads you, somebody was like leading me to different properties, and it was like witchcraft riddled wherever they was bringing me to, and they'd be like, oh well, my mom stayed here and my dad stayed there, and it was just like being led into some sort of trap. But let me just go back to I ended up at this water park, and this slide that go all the way down, like, and I don't know how somebody got me up there to the top slide, but all I could think about is, oh my God, I'm pregnant, and I cannot go down this steep ass fucking slide that go water slide that go and then I was like, well, they know that shit gonna make my stomach drop. They trying to hurt this baby. So I ended up having to go down the slide because there was no other way to get down. And I didn't feel it. I went down the slide and I didn't feel the Lord took it. He took it. He took whatever the pain you get in your stomach. If you pregnant and they got you going down that slide with that baby and you like that, the Lord, he took it from me. And I remember ending up in this house. It was more to it, but I remember ending up in this house. And this house was a different house. It was like a scary house, but it was like a mansion or something. And there was something about a child. There was something about my baby, one of my babies. And one of my family members had took my baby and ran, or he was trying to hide the baby with them somewhere in the room in the house. And there ended up being people trying to chase me all around. And something about the morning time, something about the hours of the day, like daytime, nighttime, something very spiritually specific about me and the timing of the day. And so people was chasing me in this vision in this house. And the reason why they was chasing me was very sinister reason why they was chasing me. And I was running to help somebody. I was finna make my family members fall down. And the only reason why I was going to make them fall down was because it was somebody that was trying to hurt them. It was somebody trying to hurt them. And I went up this escalator. And I was trying to get to them, because you know how you get to somebody and you trying to make them get on the ground because somebody finna try to do something, and you run to like tackle them to the ground and tackle them all to the ground because somebody finna try to do something to them. If they remain in that position, they gonna get hurt. And so I was running and I couldn't make it to my family member. I couldn't make it to them. And I ended up making it to them, but they was already safe. And I ended up in this room, and it was a big ass, like, if y'all ever been to what they call it, Fern, I forgot what this shit, Fern Banks, I think that's what they call it. And they got that big ass auditorium. And not when you darken the lights and see the auditorium ceiling lit up, but when you first go in there, it's like that brownish hue. Before they cut those lights on while everybody walking in there to sit down, it was like a brownish hue. And there were like court seats, but it was like huge. It was like a orchestra room. It was like a cathedral, but it was like it looked more like Fern Bank, like that real low lighting. And when I went in there, well, I ran didn't go and sit in the room with them, but I was coming out the room where people was trying to attack some of my family members. And when I was coming out of the room, I said something. I said, because they had white people that had a skinhead, kind of how my baby daddy would shave his head. They had like a skinhead white dude, and everybody was dressed in white shirts, you know, the kind they get wrinkled up or whatever that they wear at the jobs, you know, with the tuxedos and everything. They had the white shirts, and everybody had on like white shirts. Like that, and it was all looking real clean. And I came running out this room and coming down this escalator, and I went off and I said it. I was like, the only reason why y'all didn't want me and my kind to join y'all, or like to come down there and rule, is because y'all are racist. And because it was something about me that was very intelligent, just highly intelligent. And I should be in offices, you know what I'm saying? I should be holding certain positions, and different people in my family should be holding them positions. Women in my family, we should be holding positions that they got certain white men holding in office, that they got other black women holding in office. And I was like, no, that's okay. I said, we got all the evidence for everything. And then I was like, and we got the credentials above everybody. And then I was like, the only reason why y'all won't let us into the greater scheme of things and let us in office and let us come in the courtroom and let us rule is because you're being racist. And the way I spoke it, as far as our qualifications, we was the ones who should be in that position, period. And so I was like, because they're being racist. Like, when you got somebody that's just good for the job, when you got people that's just the right candidates, then they just the right candidates, period. And I was like, they're being racist. And then I came and I looked down at this black woman, and she had her hair like Keisha Lance Bottoms, where you have the little perm mushroom looking hair, and she had hers like that, and mine was straightened, and it was down and it was straightened or whatever, light brown. And I already knew, like, looking at her, she was embarrassed, like because she was right there with all these white people and everybody that was lying on my case. She was right there in this auditorium with people that they felt could get a pass in this life, but then trying to discriminate against me and my bloodline, me and my family in these societies. And they all trying to have these corporate positions, and they all walking around like they fucking better than us, trying to treat us like the scum of the fucking earth, like we jailbirds and prostitutes, and we the one, we need your position, fuck you mean. And so that's what I told them, you know. And then so she was looking embarrassed, because here you is sitting back letting all this crime go on, and you just sitting back with a pencil tapping on your notebook, looking down like she's right. Because the way I stand up for us is totally different. You sitting there letting people do crime, and you're not doing anything about it. So why should you be in office? Because you got a perm? Get the fuck out of here. So anyway, after I said that, I ran to this escalator, and it was like some crazy little escalator or whatever, and I just ran out of the room with all these people or whatever. And it was a spot in that room for me and my family. It was a spot at the very front table by the white men. It was a spot for me and my family. It was a spot right there, and everybody else was in there, but they was trying to keep us out. And then so important people. It was a lot of important people in there, and we should have been in there. So I ended up going into this room, and I went in this room. It was an attic, and somebody was like, "Oh, she found the attic." And I knew there was an attic, and we was running because it was something about my family and this little newborn, the little baby, and they was running with the little baby, trying to hide the baby with them in the house and keep the baby quiet. And then there was a man who was like, "Oh, she found the attic," and it had red lights in the attic, and it had some workout equipment in the attic, but it had stairs and things like that. That maybe you wouldn't have known that it was there, but I find everything. And then so basically I felt the spirit of some Rothschilds when they said she found the attic. I felt the spirit of some Rothschilds, and I felt the spirit of a white man with red hair and something spiritually that gives me the vibe of some sort of affiliation with the Rothschild. And he was like, she found the attic, and I was finna try to get away, and all of a sudden there was two people in this room with me, and the lights was like on, and there was two people in the room with me, and there was a black woman with like medium brown skin tone, and then there was a black man, and he had medium brown skin tone at first, but this black man ended up turning into Marcus Mitchell, and he's a dark-skinned African-American male who was saying he was my boyfriend out here that was trying to set me up. And so all of a sudden Marcus Mitchell tried to attack me in the vision, but he tried to attack the woman first. He tried to attack the woman. Somehow Marcus was finna try to attack me, and he started to fight the woman and me, and he punched the woman. He tried to do this, and like the woman was doing all that, and he really hit her, and he tried to do that, and he was like throwing blows, and then the woman started fighting him. He didn't want to even protect himself from the woman that was fighting him. He tried to come after me, and he knows a lot about my pregnancy, and he did a lot to me in that house that they had him bring me in. And so he went to try to grab me instead of the woman, and I ran into this restroom, and when I ran into the bathroom, like, he came after me even though the woman was trying to attack him. And then I was scared because I didn't want him to hit me because I know I'm pregnant, and then he was saying he was a boxer, and the woman picked up this rat tail comb, and I was right here scared, and she got him and said wow 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 in his back, and then the man fell like that, and she chopped his head off in the toilet, and I woke up. So I don't know what the fuck going on, and don't take my video down. I had a vision, all that gory murder shit y'all be watching on here. I'm just telling you the truth. That's what happened in the vision, and she chopped the man's head off with the rat tail. So, and there was a woman. She was built like my mama, but she was tall like Amazon, and built like my older sister Shannara. And then she was beating the shit out of his ass. And then she chopped the nigga head off with a little metal thing. And I remember asking God that he need to decapitate, or he need to execute the people that's involved